You look high. You look way too on time.
Okay, so this is, are we recording?
We are.
This is the second edition of Picaresque Papers. We had it used to be Papers. We changed it. Picaresque Pictures.
Picaresque Pictures?
Yeah,
Right.
say that 10 times fast. And I was thinking, I was like, why did I pick a name that's so hard to say when you're...
Once you get it,
When you're
remember
doing it, yeah. Okay. So this is the second edition. First was with Fletcher's Grove, and
You need to show me some footage. That looked cool.
yeah, and that was a band we liked. And this is you today. We're gonna do like the angry interview.
A smarter man might be offended.
We don't know this guy anyway.
No, we've known each other probably 24 years.
We
right?
have 97, right?
97. So our math might not be perfect, but.
No.
We've
6 out of
known
4 people get a match.
We've known each other for a long time, and Tipton's been playing with me since the beginning.
Yeah,
So,
Deadbeats and Chautauqua the first couple of
Chautauqua, yeah. And he used to sweat a lot more, but not as much when he plays. He doesn't work as hard as now.
Right?
or something else. Or our place is
I shave
smaller,
my back nowadays.
or his molecules are moving more. So. Okay, so I guess usually I ask, since I've only done it once, usually I ask a question, what were your influences? And have each of you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves. So we'll start with you.
Sure. As far as my influences, I started playing guitar, honestly, because Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
You know, I got expelled out of school when I was 7th grade.
Jimmy Cage is the problem?
Yeah, right.
There you go.
I
blame Jimmy Cage.
For sure, absolutely.
You should sue him.
Right, I should.
He's got a lot of money.
He's got the dough. Come on, bud. Jimmy, help me out. Anyway, I got thrown out of school for a scrap with a teacher, actually, and I went home, didn't tell my folks I'd been thrown out of school.
An actual fight?
Yeah, not expelled, like, like
no, but
not suspended.
your scrap was a fight.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
cool.
cool.
I broke a teacher's nose.
About Led Zeppelin?
No. I was watching
LED.
I was leaving detention. Right, I was leaving detention. My girlfriend was waiting for me, who was actually in high school, a couple years older than me. And she was pissed that she had to wait for me to get out of detention. She, what the fuck? She started cussing, screaming. And the monitor, the monitor that's sitting outside the school to make sure it was okay. You need to watch your language, young lady. And I looked at my girlfriend and said, "Tammy, you fucked up again." And that lady, she grabbed me by my hair, and seriously, it was a woman.
Yeah.
And she grabbed me by my hair and started dragging me to the office, and it was her, long hair.
Yeah.
And I actually, knee-jerk reaction, just swung around and smacked her in the nose with my elbow.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, it wasn't. I broke her nose, and they took me to court. But I didn't tell my folks. I'd been kicked out of school for over a week after that.
Okay.
I took my lunch money for the week.
They didn't call right away and say?
No, they didn't. They let me sweat, telling myself.
Okay.
But I took my lunch money for that week and bought Led Zeppelin records from Don's Discs up off 88th in Washington. Went home.
Their original titles, 1, 2.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and House of the Holy for the movie. As many as I could get. I mean, they were a couple bucks a piece back then. Anyway, I went home and my dad was at work. My mom was crashed out. I pinched some weed out of her bag and smoked a couple hits of pot. Threw on some headphones with Led Zeppelin 2, and there was this old beat up guitar my folks had gotten. In a bad situation, people owed him money. Anyway, we'll just say that. And I looked at the guitar. Every hair on my body stood up when I was listening to Jimmy Page play. And I want to make people feel like I feel right now.
I just got little Jimmy Page singles.
That's what I decided.
They last forever.
I'll spend my life. Yeah, I'll spend my life making people feel the way I felt right now.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah. Okay.
But Jimmy Page, obviously Zappa's a huge influence. Garcia, that goes without saying.
But we've been. This is the part of the ongoing discussion that we've had. Is that like Grateful Dead's usually not the intro band, not the gateway band.
No, not at all.
They're like a secondary or tertiary.
They
sneak up on you a little later.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I hopped on board with it, following Dead around because it was trendy.
Yeah.
By the time Garcia died in '95, I'd been taken to school and I just started realizing, what it was about.
Yeah.
I was there because it seemed to be the cool thing to do. But by the time, I checked out enough shows and.
So in '85, how old were you?
'85, I was 11.
Okay, yeah. So you probably kind of seen meaning, like you're like a '91 kind of.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, it was like you said, because it was cool. When it was partying, it was a good deal. But by the time at the time my last show in Vegas in '95, it was a whole different thing. It was a way of life. It was something that gave me education that I wish school could afford children nowadays. Just in a nutshell.
Cool. So the first time, what was your feeling the first time you went into Coyotes?
Oh, I was floored. You know, my buddy Artie.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh, Artie, the one-man party.
Yeah. You ever party till you party with Artie?
It's true.
But, yeah, you know, you guys knew each other from when you were younger, and you know, my buddy's opening a Grateful Dead bar. You know, and I hadn't played much around in the live music scene in Denver at that point. It was, you know, pretty sparse. You know, there wasn't many clubs that would actually afford that kind of sound.
But you're just basically 21.
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah.
for sure.
22,
That was it. Yeah, for sure. And I came. It was home.
Cool.
Honestly, you know, I mean, I was a little overwhelmed at first, but I was like, yeah, this is where we need to be. You know, it was home, flat out. I appreciate that, Jay, for sure.
Cool.
Otherwise, you know, afforded me a place. You know, close my eyes. You feel like I'm in my living room or in your bar. It doesn't matter. It's home.
So, how many bands have you been in? Not, I mean, like bands that you were like you were actually in the band rather than hey, let's do this little thing. Chautauqua ESD and Sticky Pockets.
Sticky Pockets, yeah. Three. In Puntucky, I was, you know, did quite a bit with those guys.
Honey Puddle,
Zeppelin thing. The Shrink, the Zappa tribute stuff.
Okay, yeah.
So, you know, 8 to 10, I would say roughly. Cool. You know, that were serious with, you know.
Cool.
Yeah. It's not, you know, like tonight we said, this is Goulash. You know,
Yeah, you changed the band name. I told everyone it was something else.
No, it is.
I never know until I
Long
get up
Birch
and read
Center.
it.
No, it is Long Birch Center, but this is like musical goulash what we're doing, you know. And you reported me, you know, like 3 Subs to Wolves, you know, people I've never even met before. You know, hop on stage with them that night. Hey, I'm John, you know, and we're going, a rehearsal. And, you know, that I think makes you a better musician, you know, all around. If you just, you know, drop all your reservations about anything and just go do it. Throw yourself to the wolves. You know, take chances. Get outside your comfort zone. Definitely makes you a better musician.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hard improvisation.
Yeah. And let's start with not start with you. Let's continue with you.
Right on. I'm Nathan Sheets. As a little kid, I guess, when I first started playing music, and I my right hip had completely dissolved, so I was in a brace, this weird contraption on my leg, so I could walk. That my
dad dissolved.
It dissolved like Catholic.
So you got metal in your hip or something?
No, I regrew it. My bones hadn't fused. My dad invented a
You're
prosthetic.
Like a superhero.
I'm just a mutant. I'm just a mutant. That's why I walk on my arms. I can walk on my arms because I did it as a kid. That's why I do a bunch of walk on my arms. I literally did.
Oh, that's cool.
So I was like, sweet, I'm gonna go for the bass. But by then I was just bing bing all over the place.
Guitar's
My family
alpha,
was
alpha,
like,
guitar's an alpha wolf kind of thing. You gotta like.
Oh, but I wanted to be in the background. But I wanted to be involved. I wanted to play. You know, and there's no way in hell I was gonna convince a drum kit to come to the fucking house.
Yeah.
No way in hell. And so my parents told me bing bing all over the place. They weren't going to give me an instrument. So my uncle, he had this old Globe, Sears bass in the corner, like when Sears used to
Globe?
Global.
Okay.
They had like crappy old, like, it didn't work. And he let me have it. And I tuned it up the best I could and put my ear to it and played that for like a year. And then finally I started getting a lawnmower and I was pushing. And I saved up my money and got my own instrument and started playing electric bass, and I don't know, I joined up bands in like high school, this and that, but then later on I just went off. I guess it was like time to go to college, and that's not what I was about. I wanted to do music, so I went off and went to recording school after studying with this Black Uhuru teacher, the Black Uhuru bass player, and went and did that, and afterwards ended up trying to work this and that, just trying to be a lackey in the audio industry, and went to New York and worked there for a while, and then ended up bouncing out here after playing in a reggae band in '03. All these people came up to my house after Hurricane Katrina. My house was a hostel, so I just took all my cash and cashed it in. I was like, hey man, I'm gonna rent a truck, let's go to Denver. And I met Hava selling art door to door, and she was like, Nathan, with this background, you know, you've worked, you know, you may have been a studio bitch, but you just keep on doing work if you know, with other musicians. And she introduced me to you, and you introduced me to John and everybody at Dulcinea.
Don't blame me for all that.
You're the trouble starter in all this. You're my scapegoat, Jay.
Okay.
Nobody's responsible for anything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, y'all were playing Electric Side Dish that night. It was over at the Monkey Bar, and I came in and we hung out. It was a great night. We ended up talking about getting to Kentucky together that night. You thumped my head and laid with my lady, and
it was a rubber hammer, I think you said.
Yeah, he thumped it with a rubber hammer. It had nothing to do with psychedelics. Anyway, that was a eye-opener. The next day, y'all had me come and audition, and y'all did not tell me there was a gig that night. Talk about throwing to the wolves.
We forgot.
Yeah. We forgot, Nate. Sorry.
Or Jay called me at the last minute and said, "Hey, we got a gig."
That's what I used to find out what I was playing. Is look through the westward.
Yeah. You don't remember saying that?
Yeah, you, Bill McKay, and all of us, we all just started playing, and I guess the rest has just been history over the years.
Horse.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, hi everybody, Mosley. Man, starting. Okay, this is my first, and this is sad because like we just had to bury one of them just last couple weeks ago. So I grew up. My dad played bass. He played bass, like self-taught, and him and his cousins Henry and Sam Hinojosa, they would just hang out when I was like 2-3 years old, like jamming in our living room, like. Sam played drums, Henry played guitar, my dad played bass, and just had like a rock and roll band in my house, like growing up. So I thought everybody had like.
So you're just like.
Yeah, I thought everybody had instruments and guitars laying around, and unfortunately, just last week, Sam, my dad's cousin Sam, just passed away. So. Still kind of sad about that because like that was my first like influence, like my first want to play
awesome
music.
Environment to be in.
Yeah, and then after that, like anything that had anything to do with rock and roll, like I just like Electric Mayhem on the Muppet Show.
Oh yeah. That was my biggest influence. Muppet Show.
Yeah.
Alice
Rockafire
Cooper on the Muppet Show. Remember that?
Yep. Buddy Rich. The Rockafire Explosion, the Showbiz Pizza animatronic band, like anything that had music, and then actually I started playing harmonica when I was 13 years old, and like I kind of wanted to be a drummer since I was a little kid, but just due to financial restraints, we couldn't have drums just because we couldn't afford them.
Like I can only afford a harmonica.
Yeah, and at that point, like I had been getting into like I had seen Crossroads with Ralph Macchio and like
chicken shit.
But you learn them pussy chords music school, but so like that blues movie and the harmonica playing, like, and then what really kind of set me off because I was a metal kid. I was like
metal, yeah.
I was Kiss and Iron Maiden and Sabbath and all that, and
metal was like the crossover between comic books and music for me. It was like, wait a second. Like,
Marvel and Kiss.
Like,
Marvel and Kiss. Like that's all you needed.
It's like they're just real comic books.
Right. So, but then I heard a Buddy Guy record changed my life. I was like, I'm gonna play blues. I want to be, that. And
so blues is your big influence besides the metal.
Initially, yeah, that's what like got me into playing music. And so like blues, I couldn't really afford a guitar either. So then what do you got? You have a harmonica, and like that's really why I started playing harmonica 20-some years ago.
That's all I can afford.
Was because it's strictly
you lose one, you get another one.
Yeah, it's strictly a financial. It was a financial necessity. It was like that's all we could. That's all I could afford. And then I joined the Marine Corps in high school. Went to joined the Marine Corps. Ended up over like in Oahu in 3rd Marine Division, and met two guys named Bill Leonard. He's like an old Hawaiian legend. He had been playing with everybody. Like he actually, I was playing with him when I got to like perform for Don Ho, like at Don Ho's bar when I was like 19 years old. And the second guy was a guy named Bob Jones, who had like sold 1 million records with like We 5 back in the day in the 60s, like with a song called "You Were on My Mind." And then he also played with Michael Bloomfield, and he had a blues band.
Oh, Mike Bloomfield was awesome.
Yeah, he had
Super Sessions with that Season of the Witch. That was crazy.
Yeah, he played on like one of the live at the Fillmore, like with Al Cooper.
Yeah,
Bloomfield,
Cooper,
like
Stills, and Bloomfield.
Yeah, like Bob Jones did a bunch of the like Michael Bloomfield and Friends stuff.
Yeah.
Like he played drums, but when I met him, he's playing guitar in front of like this blues band. out in Oahu, and met him when I was like 19.
That's
like,
good
he
shit.
took me under his wing and let me play in his band, playing harmonica when I wasn't busy doing Marine Corps bullshit. And then they hated me in the Marine Corps so much. And then got out here, walked into Dulcinea's one night for an open jam that John Tipton was hosting, and that was the night I met him and John Bunting, and just started hanging out here, and got to be really good friends with Phil. Like Phil, actually, your brother's the one who really pushed me to sing and front. He's like, dude, you need to be in front of the band. You need to be the front guy. Phil was like putting a boot up my ass every time.
He did lobby for you guys need to keep doing this.
Yeah, and it was like, we started doing I'll take you there from the Staple Singer. She's like, dude, you'd kill
He probably suggested that one.
He did suggest, you'd kill that. Next time you're in here, you need to be doing that.
Well, he wasn't asking either.
Phil wasn't asking.
It was a suggestion, which
don't
come back here.
Don't come back unless you know that shit next time. I've been doing that song for years, but that's a big,
that's awesome.
Big confidence booster. Just having Phil, who he listened to a lot of music. That's what he was about. He's pushing. No, you need to do that. You need to. So but years. That was 2005-ish.
Yeah, 2005.
So now we're it's been 15 years. And then
the one thing I go do a little aside, but the one thing I remember, you Chautauqua, you guys did Ico, and it was so slow and awesome. We're that's every band does Ico and they do it too fast,
right.
And you guys did the slow Ico, and we're just that's the way to do it. You
Go
gotta
for
do
it,
it. So it's almost annoyingly slow.
Right.
Whatever.
A little
but
feet
it's so you get into it and you're anticipating, and the band's slowing you down, and,
right.
it keeps you in focus too.
It's a rare room to dance
Yeah.
in your head a little more. It seems like you do that.
Oh yeah, it's funny. Earlier you mentioned the Deadbeats.
Yeah.
So it must have been a different era. I don't know, because in the Miles Lee band now, Steph Cole also was a member. Also a member of the
Riggs,
Dead.
right? Steph Riggs.
Steph Cole
okay.
now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Thank God. And did I say that out loud?
It's all good.
And
you said, "Oh God," out
and
loud.
then
You can say God.
And then Tim Steele was also in that band. He plays bass for Miles Lee. And then when Tim can't do it, usually we call Paul Cohen, Dr. Paz, also a Deadbeat.
Yeah.
So it's all Deadbeat.
No, it's a nexus. It goes back and forth, kind of incestuous, as we say, I guess.
Yeah,
The bands are, not us.
The
bands are
doing that.
There was a time when you were triple billing yourself.
Don't make me have an R. Kelly breakdown right now.
Okay, let's go over here.
Yeah. My name is Andre DeBose. I grew up in Pennsylvania with the Amish, and just started playing percussion in school.
So you're Amish, or you just grew up?
I'm not. They were just,
They're just hanging around?
No, farms and everything, yeah. But
How do you spell DuBose?
DUBOSE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Americanized French, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I moved to Arizona after school. I went to be a music teacher. I didn't graduate. I got into psychedelics and weed, But moved to Arizona with my girlfriend, and I got into a Motown band, Motown. We started playing in casinos. I didn't really dig that scene, really. Then I moved to Denver with my girlfriend. Just got married 2 years ago.
So
and
wait, just 1 second.
Yeah.
So just so you know, this is being recorded. So what is recorded in this room doesn't stay in this room.
No.
The other people here. Are we in the audience? So we're all good. If you want to say whatever you want to say, we're good.
Yeah. Verbal disclaimer.
Yeah.
No. Moved here. Just started playing around in the Denver scene. I moved here 3 years ago, and through meeting people, I met Miles. Started playing with him recently, and he called me up yesterday. And now I'm at these two, John, Nathan, and that's my short story.
And then you are how old?
I'm 29.
29. Yeah. You're the younger one, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm a youngin. Yeah.
Except me.
Yeah.
I act.
Okay.
Clean living.
Cool. I'm not sure what else we should talk about. Your favorite album? Or
Led Zeppelin too.
Led Zeppelin too.
Oh, yeah.
You're stuck on that album.
I am. Oh yeah. That's
If they didn't make that album,
that
you'd
lit
be
me on
just like,
fire. I'd be done. Yeah.
you'd be like
I'd be
1
an
then 3.
accountant.
They would have gotten 1 to 3. They would have skipped it.
I'd be a shitty accountant too. You know?
So what is? Oh, so let's say, like, what is the straightest job you had? Like the most like accountant wise.
Marketing for an accounting firm.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. How was that?
Shitty.
Okay.
It was no
How
fun.
long did you do it?
2.5 years. I did that with Ben Rafferty.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Rafferty and I both did that. You met Rick, our boss?
Man.
Josh's dad?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. The straightest job anyone's had.
He says Marine Corps.
Marine Corps, yeah. I mean, that's a job.
pretty-
That's a job.
that's pretty
a job
straight.
and adventure.
That's pretty straight.
Yeah, that's pretty straight.
And there's no crooked
So,
ring.
I wanted to be a Marine when I was like, okay, so I went to the recruiting thing, and he's asking me questions. He's like, do you do drugs? And I didn't answer. I was like, not yet. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, I haven't done it yet. But he's like, I didn't like him limiting what I was doing right away. I was like, all of a sudden, he said not yet, and then I was like, no, I can't do it. I can't be a not yet kind of, no, I can't do that. And I didn't really have any interest in drugs at that time, but I also knew that I wanted to say not yet.
Right, yeah.
And I didn't want someone to say, what do you mean not yet? So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't get in the Marines because of that. I probably wouldn't have been a good Marine, I don't think.
Yeah. It's fun, but yeah.
We're happy you did
They
that.
finished telling yeah, when you.
I did the not yet.
Been 7 years down the road, got no more tears in me left to flow. I went and I did my baby wrong. She left me lonely for so long. Now I'm out here all alone. Lord, won't you please bring my baby home? 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 They go one for the tramp and 2 for the bass. Used to mess with this girl with back in the day. From the PJs and shooting both ways. Girls a freak, they used to call me me. For him to speak about back in the boots. Said her name had changed, the whole lot of suits. Now we're getting down to the nitty of the gritty. She brought a friend around, damn, she was pretty. Bad and twisted, numb on the list. They got love, 2-fisted, hugged and kissed. Just say 1 in the hand, but 2 in the bush. Shove came to push, and I had my own things. One serious love, let's do on one. Till I got caught with the smoking gun. I came home and she busted in. Down with the phone. Knew she gonna meet her connection. And Steve was a footloose man. Said you can't always get what you want. Said you can't always get what you want. No, you can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you might find you what you need. Oh yeah, gonna get what you need. You went down to the demonstration. Get out there, share her abuse. We're gonna vent our frustrations. Then we don't blow in the air fuse. And I said, you can't always get what you want. No, you can't always get what you want. No, you can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you might find you what you need. Oh yeah, gonna get what you need. Let's go, John. We would have a soda, favorite flavor cherry red. They'll sing my song from Mr. Jimmy. If he said one word, and I was dead. And I said you can't always get what you want. No, you can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you might find you what you need. Oh yeah, you what you need. wine in her hand. She was practiced at the art of deception. I could tell by her bloodstained hands. Said you can't always get what you want. No, you can't always get what you want. No, you can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, you might find you're gonna get what you need. We're gonna be right back, y'all. We gotta take us a quick minute break.